1. OSI model. A 7-layer conceptual framework that standardizes how different network protocols interact, helping professionals understand and troubleshoot network communication. 2. TCP/IP model. A 4-layer reference model that describes the protocols used for internet communication, simplifying the structure of networking into practical, understandable layers. 3. LAN, local area network. A network that connects devices within a limited area, such as a home, office, or campus, enabling fast data transfer and resource sharing. 4. WAN, wide area network. A network that spans a large geographic area, connecting multiple LANs and allowing remote offices and users to access centralized resources. 5. Router, a hardware device that receives, analyzes, and forwards data packets between networks using IP addresses to determine the most efficient path for each transmission. 6. Switch, a network device that filters and forwards data packets within a LAN based on MAC addresses, operating at layer 2 of the OSI model for more efficient traffic handling than a hub. 7. Hub, a basic networking device that broadcasts incoming data to all devices in a LAN, operating at layer 1 of the OSI model with no intelligence to direct traffic selectively. 8. Firewall, a network security device or software that monitors, filters, and controls incoming and outgoing traffic based on predefined security policies. 9. VPN, virtual private network, a secure, encrypted connection over the internet that allows users to access private networks remotely while protecting data in transit. 10. DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, a network protocol that automatically assigns IP addresses and configuration settings to devices on a network, eliminating the need for manual configuration. 11. DNS, Domain Name System, a hierarchical system that translates human-readable domain names into the IP addresses computers use to locate and communicate with each other. 12. IP address, a unique numerical label assigned to each device on a network used for identification and communication, functioning like a home address for digital devices. 13. Subnet mask, a 32-bit number used to divide an IP address into its network and host portions, enabling proper routing and IP address management. 14. Gateway, a device or software that connects two different networks and serves as a translation point, allowing data to flow between them seamlessly. 15. MAC address, a unique hardware identifier assigned to a network interface card, operating at the data link layer and used for communication within a local network segment. 16. Topology, the physical or logical arrangement of devices and connections within a network. Common types include star, ring, bus, and mesh. 17. Ethernet, a widely used wired LAN technology that transmits data using electrical or optical signals, operating at both the physical and data link layers of the OSI model. 18. Wi-Fi, a wireless networking technology that allows devices to connect to a network using radio waves, eliminating the need for physical cables. 19. NAT, Network Address Translation, a method that translates private internal IP addresses into a single public IP address, allowing multiple devices to share one internet connection. 20. Port, a virtual endpoint used in network communication, with specific port numbers assigned to different services. For example, HTTP uses port 80 and HTTPS uses port 443. TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, a reliable, connection-oriented protocol that ensures accurate data delivery through error checking and acknowledgement, used when data integrity is critical. 22. UDP, User Datagram Protocol, a fast, connectionless protocol that transmits data without error checking, making it ideal for time-sensitive applications like video streaming and online gaming. 23. Packet, a unit of data formatted for transmission across a network, containing both the payload and control information needed to route it to its destination. 24. Frame, a data unit at the data link layer that contains source and destination MAC addresses along with the encapsulated data being transmitted across a local network. 25. MTU, Maximum Transmission Unit, the largest packet size that can be transmitted over a network in a single unit, optimized to balance efficiency and reliability. 26. Ping, a diagnostic utility that tests connectivity between two network devices by sending echo requests and measuring round-trip response time. 27. Traceroute, a network tool that tracks the path a packet takes through a network, revealing all intermediate hops and the time taken at each step. 28. ARP, Address Resolution Protocol, a protocol that maps IP addresses to MAC addresses, ensuring data is delivered to the correct physical device on a local network. 29. Proxy server, an intermediary server that sits between end users and the websites they access, providing security, content filtering, anonymity, and caching benefits. 30. SSID, Service Set Identifier, the unique name assigned to a Wi-Fi network, broadcasted by wireless access points so devices can identify and connect to it. 31. WEP, Wired Equivalent Privacy, an early and now obsolete Wi-Fi encryption protocol, deprecated due to significant security vulnerabilities that make it easily crackable. 32. WPA, Wi-Fi Protected Access, a security protocol developed to replace WEP, providing stronger wireless data protection through improved encryption methods. 33. WPA2, an enhanced version of WPA that introduced AES encryption for significantly stronger wireless security and is currently the most widely deployed Wi-Fi security standard. 34. WPA3, the latest Wi-Fi protected access standard, offering the strongest wireless security available with improved encryption and better protection against password guessing attacks. 35. QoS, Quality of Service, a set of technologies that prioritize specific types of network traffic to ensure critical data, like voice or video, receives adequate bandwidth. 36. PoE, Power over Ethernet, a technology that delivers both data and electrical power over standard Ethernet cables, reducing the need for separate power sources for devices like IP cameras. 37. VLAN, Virtual Local Area Network, a logical subgroup within a physical network that allows devices to be grouped together regardless of their physical location on the network. 38. SNME, Simple Network Management Protocol, a protocol used to monitor and manage network devices such as routers, switches, and servers from a centralized management system. 39. STP, Spanning Tree Protocol, a network protocol that prevents loops in Ethernet networks by creating a logical, loop-free tree topology across all connected switches. UTP, unshielded twisted pair. A common type of copper networking cable that consists of twisted wire pairs without additional shielding, widely used in Ethernet installations. 41. FTP, File Transfer Protocol, a standard network protocol used to transfer files between a client and a server, typically over port 21. 42. HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, the foundational protocol for data communication on the web, used to transfer web pages and resources between browsers and servers. 43. HTTPS, TTP Secure, a secure encrypted version of HTTP that uses TLS to protect data exchanged between a browser and web server from interception. 44. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, a protocol used to send outgoing email messages between mail servers and from email clients to mail servers. 45. IMAP Key, Internet Message Access Protocol, a protocol that allows email clients to access and manage messages stored on a mail server without downloading them permanently. 46. POP3, Post Office Protocol 3, an older email retrieval protocol that downloads messages from a mail server to a local client, typically removing them from the server afterward. 47. RJ45, the standard 8-pin connector used for Ethernet cabling, found on the ends of most wired network cables. 48. Fiber optic, a high-speed cabling technology that transmits data as pulses of light through glass or plastic fibers, enabling fast speeds over long distances with minimal signal loss. 49. Bandwidth, the maximum rate at which data can be transmitted across a network connection, typically measured in megabits or gigabits per second. 50. Latency, the time delay it takes for a data packet to travel from its source to its destination across a network. 51. Jitter, the variation in latency over time, causing inconsistent packet delivery that can degrade the quality of real-time applications like voice and video. 52. Modem, a device that modulates and demodulates analog signals to enable digital data transmission over telephone or cable infrastructure. 53. NIC, Network Interface Card, a hardware component installed in a device that enables it to connect to and communicate over a network. 54. CSMA CD, Carrier Sense Multiple Access with Collision Detection, a network access protocol used in wired Ethernet networks to detect and manage data collisions on a shared medium. 55. CSMA CA, Carrier Sense Multiple Access with Collision Avoidance, a network access protocol used in wireless networks that avoids collisions by checking the channel before transmitting. 56. Collision Domain, a network segment in which simultaneous data transmissions from multiple devices can collide and interfere with each other. 57. Broadcast Domain, a network segment in which a broadcast message sent by one device is received by all other devices within that segment. 58. Tunneling, the process of encapsulating one network protocol within another to securely transmit data across a network that would not normally support it. 59. Load balancer, a device or software that distributes incoming network traffic across multiple servers to optimize resource use, improve performance, and prevent overload. 60. Redundancy, the duplication of critical network components or paths to ensure continued availability and service in the event of a hardware or link failure. 61. Failover. The automatic transition to a backup system, server, or network path when the primary component fails, minimizing downtime. 62. Patch panel. A mounted panel where network cables terminate and connect, providing organized, centralized cable management in a network rack. 63. Rack. A standardized metal frame used to house and organize network equipment such as switches, routers, patch panels, and servers. 64. Backbone. The high-capacity central infrastructure of a network that carries aggregated traffic between smaller sub-networks and distribution layers. 65. Node. Any device connected to a network that can send, receive, or forward data, including computers, printers, switches, and routers. 66. Peer-to-peer, P2P. A decentralized network model where all connected devices have equal capabilities and can communicate directly without a central server. 67. Client-server. A network architecture where client devices request services or resources from centralized server systems that process and respond to those requests. 68. Multicast. A method of transmitting data from one source to a specific group of devices simultaneously, more efficient than sending individual unicast messages to each recipient. 69. Unicast. The transmission of data from one sender to one specific recipient on a network. 70. Broadcast. The transmission of data from one device to all other devices within the same network segment simultaneously. 71. DMZ, Demilitarized Zone. A network segment that sits between a trusted internal network and an untrusted external network, hosting public-facing services while isolating them from internal systems. 72. Circuit switching. A communication method that establishes a dedicated, continuous path between two devices for the duration of a session before any data is transmitted. 73. Packet switching. A communication method where data is broken into packets and each packet is independently routed across a shared network to the destination. 74. Mesh topology. A network topology where every device is directly connected to every other device, providing maximum redundancy and fault tolerance. 75. Star topology. A network topology where all devices connect to a central switch or hub, making it easy to manage and isolate failures. 76. Ring topology. A network topology where each device connects to exactly two others, forming a closed loop through which data travels in one or both directions. 77. Bus topology. A network topology where all devices share a single communication line, with data traveling in both directions along the cable. 78. Hybrid topology. A network design that combines two or more different topology types to leverage the advantages of each within a single infrastructure. 79. Full duplex. A communication mode that allows data to be transmitted and received simultaneously over the same connection, doubling effective throughput. 80. Half duplex. A communication mode where data can travel in both directions but only in one direction at a time, requiring devices to take turns transmitting. 81. Baseband. A transmission method in which the entire bandwidth of the medium carries a single digital signal at a time, used in most Ethernet implementations. 82. Broadband. A transmission method where the bandwidth of a medium is divided to carry multiple signals simultaneously across different frequency channels. 83. Crossover cable. An Ethernet cable wired to connect two similar devices, such as computer to computer or switch to switch, directly without a hub or router. 84. Straight-through cable. The standard Ethernet cable used to connect different types of devices, such as a computer to a switch or a router to a switch. 85. Rollover cable. A flat cable used to connect a computer's serial port to a router or switch console port for out-of-band management access. 86. Patch cable. A short, flexible cable used to connect two nearby network devices or to connect a device to a patch panel port. 87. Network protocol. A defined set of rules and conventions that govern how devices on a network communicate, format data, and handle errors. 88. Subnetting. The process of dividing a larger IP network into smaller, more manageable subnetworks to improve performance, security, and address allocation. 89. CIDR. Classless interdomain routing. A method for allocating IP addresses and routing traffic that replaces the older class-based system, allowing more flexible and efficient address assignment. IPv4, the fourth version of the Internet Protocol, using 32-bit addresses to identify approximately 4.3 billion unique devices, largely exhausted, driving the adoption of IPv6. 91. IPv6, the sixth version of the Internet Protocol, using 128-bit addresses to provide a virtually unlimited pool of unique IP addresses for the growing number of connected devices. 92. APIPA, Automatic Private IP Addressing, a feature that automatically assigns a device a link local IP address in the 169.254.x range when no DHCP server is available. 93. Loopback address. A reserved IP address, 127.1 in IPv4, used to test the network stack on a local device without sending traffic over the network. 94. Private IP address. An IP address reserved for internal network use that is not routable on the public internet, used within homes and organizations. 95. Public IP address. A globally unique IP address assigned by an ISP that identifies a device or network on the public internet. 96. Static IP address. An IP address that is manually configured and remains constant, commonly used for servers and network devices that need consistent addressing. 97. Dynamic IP address. An IP address automatically assigned by a DHCP server that may change each time a device connects to the network. 98. Domain. A human-readable name used to identify a network resource on the Internet, corresponding to one or more IP addresses through DNS. 99. TLD, top-level domain. The final segment of a domain name, such as .com, .org, or .gov, indicating the category or country associated with the domain. 100. URL, Uniform Resource Locator. The complete address used to access a specific resource on the Internet, including the protocol, domain name, and path to the content.